What's going on, YouTube? Today we got a small project with the Cummins to do. We're going to be changing the radiator out. So the first step is complete. I got the tool car over here. I popped the hood and done a little bit of assessing. So we're going to start with this plastic cover. We're just going to pop these pins out and go from there. Oh, and I also know that I've got to take this condenser, there's 4 bolts, and get it out of the way. So that's where we're going to start. So this here is for these pins too. It's going to work on this one, pretty sure. These definitely aren't necessary, but it is much handier having them. Alright, now that our plastic is done, I'm going to slip our push pins, because obviously they won't stay in a metal retaining clip. So I'm going to just slip them back in. And I'm not worried about this, so we're going to slide it down there. Alright, our next step is going to be getting our AC condenser out. These look like 13 millimeters. And they are. Okay, we should be able to twist our lines here and get this up and out of the way. So I just want to stress this again, I'm going to be doing this over several days, but I still think it would benefit me to tie it up here. I'm just not going to do anything permanent where I can't shut the hood at night. That way critters or whatever can't get in it. Okay, so with our AC condenser out of the way, we're going to take loose our charge air cooler bolts. They're 2 10 millimeters. Undo our charge pipe connections. These are 7/16, by the way. Okay guys, so I wanted to point this out. I was really having an issue getting this charge air cooler, this, to come free. It just slides in the back on the radiator here. So I had to take this oil cooler that is right there. I had to take 2 bolts out, one there and one up here. That way these 2 lines would get out of the way, and you see that metal straight down there in the tip of the flashlight. That's what's got to come out, and the lines were covering it up. So I don't know, maybe yours will come out without that, but mine had to do that little trick. So charge air cooler should come out, and then we should be good to go. I took 2 13 millimeter bolts, one there, one on the other side for this transmission cooler that you see hanging there. And as you can see, this oil cooler is leaking, and that is leaking on the radiator. So that's creating a lot of extra heat for no reason, because these are plugged. So that's just going to trap heat in there. So in a way, I guess it's I knew that this was getting a little dirty around the ends over here. So I guess I can go ahead and take care of this while I'm there. There's fittings right there for these. Looks like quick release fittings. So I should be able to replace this as well. It's probably not that expensive of a part. So I might as well do it while I'm here, because whatever is damaged there is obviously leaking. So all that I can think of that would be left, we're going to take our cross member loose. We got to first take our bolts for the back of the radiator out. Not a big deal, but we're going to do that tomorrow, because as you can tell, the sun is getting ready to set. I don't want to work on this in the dark. So today we're going to finish pulling the radiator. Since the cooler will be here tomorrow, I can get everything put back together tomorrow evening after work, hopefully. So this is the same size, 7/16. You just want to run this out as much as you can. With our charge pipe out of the way, we gain access to these quick disconnects. Okay, so a quick side note. You want to mark your transmission cooler lines. One is the inlet to the cooler, and one's the return to the transmission. And the reason why because these make a difference. Now, stacked on mine is the inlet, which is the top hose in my truck currently. So, need to make sure that you mark these before you take them off. That way that you don't get the lines backwards, or your transmission is going to run abnormally hot. I don't know, you may even have an error code simply due to the fact that you've got your lines incorrect. So here's our quick disconnects. It's a set from Lyle, pretty reasonable. That almost looks like a 1/2 inch. Could be I'm pretty sure that. Let's try this 1/2 inch. Okay, so with the AC condenser out of the way, that one came out very easily. In fact, I didn't really have to do anything to it. Any going up there and down there, because you can see the brakes in it, and the little black down there, and then this little black up here. That's what holds it. So that's all I was missing. Okay, and if you're like me, waiting on parts from the parts store, you're gonna have to tape these up that way that nothing gets in them. So, see if you can see it. So right here was where it looks like this one was leaking. Okay, so our fluids are drained. We're gonna get this air box out of the way. Thought I might have been able to have worked around it, but I just really don't see the point in struggling with it, so I'm just gonna take it loose. This is not quality. I'm sure you guys can tell, but I mean, this is just junk. This little filter minder, there we go. That thing was glued on there. So I might not have had to have pulled the air box all the way out. I don't know for sure. I just know that it will give me a lot more room. So one thing that we've got to do is get this crossover wire, jump wire, whatever you want to call it, out of the way. Our water line for the windshield washer fluid is here. Okay, so there's two 10 millimeters left. There's a 13 here too. Let me get this 13, and then we're going to do the 10 millimeters after. So these 10 millimeters are, or the 13 millimeters are on the inside, are for this shield for our shroud. We're going to pull our 10 millimeters that hold the radiator to the cross member, and then we're going to pull this cross member. One of the few special tools I actually have at my house, and not at the shop, is these hose clamps. How these work are simple. It grips your clamp and holds it for you. Now, I don't ever trust, these are cheap ones, and you have to be careful anytime you're dealing with these freaking clamps, because they can bite you, and when they bite you, it can hurt. Vice grips probably work just as well, just a slightly bit more frustrating perhaps to initiate. If we push our shroud in, yeah, okay, that's all that was. This rubber has a really nice suction to it. Okay guys, so this is where we're at. Radiator's about to come out. I wanted to show these real quick. These pliers, and now the clamp's already twisted, so don't look at it and go, oh, I could have got it from there. The clamp was in a little bit of a precarious position, and I'm sure that the guys who did this the last time, I'm sure they must have used that, or whenever they put that clamp on, they were in a different, or reaching through like the fender well or something maybe, because that's, I didn't want to take the fender well out, so that's the reason I caught it last night and decided to wait till I could go get those clamps, or this set of pliers. I've had 3 of these, or this will be the 3rd set. I bought one off of a tool truck, and it got borrowed and never got back. And my other set is at my buddy's house. So we have our new transmission cooler here. Got a couple of line ends. You know, as you'll see, as you saw prior to this, I showed you which one is the inlet. So like I said, it should be your top. And on this aftermarket, they have this bolt here that holds them. So let's get this put in. Okay, so just a real quick note on this new transmission cooler. It was really off with the way that these lines were adjusted. Just a piss poor job by the people who are manufacturing these, wherever they are, probably China, Taiwan, somewhere. And so as I'm trying to adjust the lines, looky here, I hit the radiator right there. Hopefully that doesn't leak. You know, it really just pisses me off because the transmission cooler was $200. It was as expensive as my radiator. There we go. Looky there. Would you look at that? Just look at it. We're gonna have to fix that, guys. In fact, I will order a replacement for that tonight. I do like to run them down with my impact. That way is less with the ratchet. So there you guys have it. I just got to throw a few more bolts back in, but overall the job is done. I am so happy that this is out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one.